Good morning Year 4 and welcome to Wednesday's maths lesson. It's Wednesday the 24th of February and this video is for the children who have got the Year 3 booklet. So if you've got the Year 3 maths booklet, then this video is for you. And today our learning is going to be on page 27. So the page in your booklet that you need to find before we start our lesson today looks like this. And at the top our title is Measuring Problems. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. So if you get the right book out and the right page, then you'll be ready to start. Now before we start with our learning today, we're going to do a bit of a brain warm-up and get our brains into gear. Now you'll notice that I've got a QR code here, and that's because you can use a device at home to screenshot, and you know how to use the QR code scanners, where you can screenshot, and this will take you to an online page where you can have a go at this brain warm-up yourself. And this is called the Coconut Odd One Out. So we often play this in schools, some of you will be familiar with it. If you're not, then this is an easy way to access it on your device at home. So let's have a go at our Odd One Out. Okay, so it's called Coconut Odd or Even. You're going to have a look at the coconuts and you're going to either find all the odd ones or all the even ones, and there's the QR code to help you. So we've got an option to try and find odd numbers, even numbers or both, and we're going to go for both because we are working at that level. And we're going to do odd or even numbers to 100 first, and then if you want to try and challenge yourself at home, you can go 1 to 1000. So it might be asking you for all of the odd numbers, or it might be asking you for all of the even numbers. Let's have a look. Okay, so it's saying to find all the odd numbers. So remember, odd numbers end in certain numbers in the ones column, don't they? They need to end in 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. Can anybody see these numbers behind me? Which ones end in 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9? 49 in the ones column is a 9. Okay, so I can knock that one off. And 41 in the ones column, we've got the number 1. That's also an odd number as well. So I can knock that one off as well. Now, I think these are all even because 8 is even in the ones column, 6 is even in the ones column, and 2 is even in the ones column. And remember, we are only looking in the ones column to find out whether they are odd or even. So let's check.
Brilliant.
Okay. Now it's asking to find all of the even numbers. So remember, even numbers, we're looking in the ones column, need to end in either 2, 4, 6, 8 or 0. So let's have a look. 21, that's an odd number. 94 is an even. 82, 2 in the ones column, 2 is even. 47, 7 is an odd number, so 47 is an odd number. And number 6, that's also an even.
Brilliant.
Okay, so we're going to have one more go, unless you want to pause the video and have a go at home. So we need to find all of the even numbers again. So remember, it's 2, 4, 6, 8 or 0. They have to end in the ones column. It has to be in the ones column. So 54, 4 is in my ones column, that's even. 81, 1 is in my ones column, that's odd. So I'm going to leave that one. 90, so I've got 0 in my ones column, I can knock that one off. A 0 again, I can knock that one off. And 46, 6 is in my ones column, and that's even as well.
Brilliant.
Okay, so we've had a go at looking at odd or evens, and you can also go back onto the menu, and if you want to change it to a larger numbers, you can also do odd, even or both, 1 to 1000. So that's something that you can have a go at home, and if you wanted to have a go, then you can just scan this QR code and it will take you to that web page. Okay. So for today's learning, we are no longer looking at fractions. So we've had some brilliant work come through with fractions, and well done for all of your hard work. We're now going to moving on to measurement. So today I want us to recap a range of units of measurement. So how can we measure in what units? Because there are different units that we need to look at. So we're going to recap some of our knowledge that we already know, and then you're going to apply it into your learning today. You've got 3 sections in your workbook, and I'm going to talk through each of the sections, and then you're going to have a go at home. So we've got different measurements. If we were measuring liquid and it was a capacity, so it's a liquid in a container, we would measure it in what we call millilitres. Okay, so millilitres is a unit of measurement, millilitres. If we were looking at weight, how heavy something is, we could measure it in what we say grams. Now we would only measure the weight of something if it was quite light in grams. We couldn't measure a car in grams. We would have to measure that in a larger unit of measurement. So after grams, we would then be looking at kilograms. Okay, so if we're looking at weight, we've got grams, or for a heavier unit of measurement, we're going to be looking at kilograms today. Okay, let's scroll down. So if we were looking at length, how long something is, we would look, so we've got a ruler here, and the ruler is measuring in what we call centimetres. So centimetres would measure length. Now for those of you that have been in my maths classes, we did have lots of the tape across the classroom and we measured different lengths. Sometimes measuring in centimetres wasn't enough, and if something is larger than 1 metre, we would measure in metres, wouldn't we? So we've got centimetres or metres if we are measuring in length. Okay, and my final one that I wanted to draw your attention to is temperature. And when we are measuring the temperature, which means how hot or how cold something is, we would measure it in degrees Celsius. Now sometimes when you see that unit of measurement, you don't see this writing, and I'll show you what we will see. So degrees Celsius is often represented as a small circle with a large capital C. And that's just to show you how it should be written, but how it is shown in a unit of measurement would be like this in mathematical measurement units. So I've got 3 different pictures on here, and at home I want you to think about what unit of measurement you would use. So if we are thinking about a glass of milk, thinking about what we've just talked about, what unit of measurement would I need to measure how much milk is in a glass? So it's a liquid, it's in a container, what unit of measurement would I need? Okay, can you say that at home, or can you get the right answer at home? It should be millilitres. So we would measure a glass of milk in millilitres. So well done if you got that straight away at home. Okay, so now I've got a house and I want to measure how high that house is. What unit of measurement am I going to use? So it's going to be using length, but am I going to use centimetres or am I going to use metres? Have a think, it's the height of a house, so it's going to be quite tall. It's going to be well over a metre high. So I'm going to be using the unit of metres, aren't I? So well done if you got that at home as well. Okay, my final one over here is a bag of flour. Okay, so a bag of flour, what unit of measurement would I need? And I'm going to be measuring how heavy it is. So if I'm measuring how heavy something is, it's going to be measured in grams. Well done if you got that at home as well. So we've got capacity, millilitres, the height of a house we said was in metres, and then we've got our flour, the weight of the flour would be in grams. So well done for those of you that got that at home. So now I just want to come on to some conversions now. So when we talk about conversions, that means the smaller amount of measurement can also be converted into a larger amount, and it makes it easier for us to read that. Now we've gone through conversion earlier on in the year before Christmas, so hopefully this is just a quick recap for when you apply your learning into your books today. So let's go on to my first one in red. My first one is that 100 centimetres is equal to 1 metre. So 100 centimetres equals 1 metre. Okay, my blue would be that 10 millimetres is equal to 1 centimetre. So when we talk about millimetres, those are the small integers in between your centimetres on your ruler. So these are the very smallest amount of length that we can measure in. So 10 of those millimetres is equal to 1 centimetre. So these two are what you're going to be focusing on for length today. So we've got 100 centimetres is 1 metre. We've got 10 millimetres is equal to 1 centimetre. And then today when we look at the measurement of weight, we need to remember that 1,000 grams is equal or equivalent to 1 kilogram. So those are our equivalent lengths that we will need to know for our learning today. So we're going to have a look at converting some of these measurements into the larger or smaller amounts. So now we've got 40 millimetres. How many centimetres is going to be 40 millimetres? Now remember, our conversion just was that 10 millimetres was equal to 1 centimetre. So if I've got 40 millimetres, that should be equal to 4 centimetres. Well done, if you got that at home, so I can put the number 4. And I need to remember to have my units of measurement at the end, just to know that we are still working in the same units. Okay, so now we're going to move on to my next one, which is 800 centimetres. How many metres is that equivalent to? So remember, 100 centimetres is equal to 1 metre. 200 centimetres would be equal to 2 metres. 400 centimetres would be equal to 4 metres. But I've got 800 centimetres, and that's going to be equal to 8 metres. Well done for those of you that got that at home. So now we need to convert kilograms to grams. So remember, kilograms and grams can be converted by using 1,000 grams would make 1 kilogram. But I haven't got 1 kilogram, have I? I've got 7 kilograms. So how many grams will that be converted to? If I had 1 kilogram, it'd be 1,000 grams. 2 kilograms would be 2,000 grams. 3 kilograms would be 3,000 grams, and so on. So can you think at home, how many grams would make 7 kilograms? How many grams would I need? Okay, so hopefully you have got the number 7,000, and well done if you got that at home. So I'm going to write 7,000 because that is my conversion from kilograms to grams from 7 kilograms. So I've got 7 in my thousands, I've got my comma, 0 in my hundreds, 0 in my tens, and 0 in my ones. So you can see that I've converted all 3, and that's what you're going to be doing for sections 1 and sections 2 of your learning today. Sections 3 is going to be a bit of a mental workout where you need to add, take away or divide some of the numbers together, but please don't let it trick you out because it will be using units of measurement, and you need to make sure that you still keep using the unit of measurement in the number sentence. Okay, so a little true or false to end our lesson on today. So when you have finished your work, you can come back to this, or if you want to have a go at it now before you start your work as your own little warm-up, that's also fine. So this is my true or false statement. 40 metres is equal or equivalent to 4,000 centimetres. Am I true or am I false? I'll say that one more time. So we've got 40 metres, and I'm saying that that's equivalent or equal to 4,000 centimetres. Can you have a think at home? If you want to email this in as a separate email and tell me whether I'm true or whether I'm false, then I can have a look and see if you are paying attention to our teach today. So well done for all of your hard work, and it'll be lovely to see all of your work coming into the Year 4 email address, and I will see you tomorrow.